Certain scenes rise within the human soul, like a sudden storm, stirring every quiet corner we try to guard. The thought of the final judgment lifts a solemn weight, reminding us that no life rules its own end. A meeting beyond time awaits every soul, untouched by pride, influence, or illusion. Across ages, people tried to drown this certainty in noise, theories, and fleeting pursuits. Yet the truth endures, firm as eternity itself. Every journey moves toward a divine encounter, not as symbol or myth, but as an unavoidable appointment where no disguise survives, and all that is true stands uncovered before the Creator. So as you enter this reflection, let it steady your spirit, giving depth to your steps and clarity to your path. Let this awareness guide you, not with fear, but with awakening. And if this message brings insight to your walk, lift your voice with ours and subscribe to the channel so this word reaches others still unaware of what waits beyond time. The vision of the final judgment rises over every soul like a quiet but immense storm, a reminder no life can outrun its own end. In this future hour, every motive, every inner bend of spirit, every concealed intent will stand open before the one who sees beyond surfaces. No disguise, no excuse, no self-made tale will endure once pure truth fills all existence. It is an encounter no voice can silence and no power can delay, for eternity does not bend to mortal limits. In this solemn future, a scene recorded in Revelation 20:11 becomes unavoidably vivid. And I saw a great white throne, and him seated upon it. From his presence, earth and sky fled away, and no room for them endured. This line surges into our minds not as distant lore, but as a window into a coming reality. It opens a view into a realm where every soul rises before the eternal, not in pride nor in terror, but in full exposure to pure justice. Once this meeting arrives, no inner corner will remain dim. Every impulse we carried, every pursuit we served, every step we defended will stand fully illuminated. The final judgment is not mere symbol. It is a point where all existence aligns under perfect order. No soul will drift in confusion, for insight will be complete, and all inner content will rest uncovered. Truth will not argue. It will simply stand, steady and bright. For countless lives, this perspective feels remote, yet its nearness presses closer over time, like a rising tide no eye can stop. Our stories unwind, our choices build, our convictions settle, and every element of our journey moves toward one inevitable summit. The end is not empty or cold. It is structured, precise, rooted in divine equity. Every soul will step into this moment, not as a spectator, but as one fully involved. This future encounter exposes the illusion of control we often cling to. We fill our days with noise, our minds with pursuits, our routines with endless motion, yet no soul slips beyond divine sight. The coming hour reminds us our existence is observed, our motives weighed, our steps known, not to crush us, but to bring our journey into perfect balance under unbroken justice. The final judgment is not a distant terror, but a sober certainty. It invites us to step out of denial, to see our own journey with new depth, to sense the immense weight carried by every choice. It presses us to live wide awake, not drifting, not empty, but aware of the eternal sweep guiding every soul. In this view, life gains gravity. Every moment gains inner depth. If this first glimpse into the final judgment stirs your spirit or opens your insight, lift your voice in this journey and comment below expressing how this theme influences your inner steps and present decisions. In the future hour, when all souls stand before pure justice, truth rises not as idea or rumor, but as living force. No inner corner stays dim, no motive stays unknown, no story stays bent. Truth moves like an immense, brilliant surge, filling every inner room. It does not bend, does not soften, does not shrink. It simply is, steady, bright, and beyond dispute. In this sphere, every soul sees inner content with searing precision. A single line spoken by Jesus in John 8:32 resounds with striking power. "And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." In this coming moment, this line locks into full clarity. It is no longer gentle insight for daily living. It grows into a cosmic unveiling. Truth, once whispered into seekers, rises over all existence, cutting through illusion, exposing every inner thread, offering freedom to every soul willing to step into full exposure. Once truth fills the eternal court, no opinion holds weight, no voice twists outcomes, no story covers inner intent. Inner pursuits, once muted by routine, rise into sight. Quiet motives, once buried, rise into full view. Every soul, from the bold to the timid, stands within this pure light. It is not cruel. It is precise. It moves with a purity no power can oppose, no influence can divert. This revelation strips every layer built by pride or fear. It brings to the surface long-ignored impulses, silent rivalries, unseen desires. It lifts the curtain on hidden loyalties formed over a lifetime. It shows inner bends once unnoticed even by the soul itself. In this arena, truth does not accuse unjustly, it simply reveals. And in revealing, it ends every illusion we once used to steady our inner steps. The force of this moment exposes our endless pursuit of control. We often try to shape our own image, to direct how others see us, to tilt stories in our favor. Yet, before eternal truth, these efforts dissolve like mist exposed to intense light. Nothing rooted in pretense endures, only what is real remains. This future certainty urges us to step out of self-made coverings even now, while time still offers room for inner realignment. Truth rising in full measure is not solely for correction. It also brings depth, freedom, and inner order. It cuts away confusion, peels off fear, and offers a clarity no soul could form on its own. It presses us to let inner content grow honest, steady, and aligned with the one who sees all. In this sense, revelation is not burden, it is mercy. It is room to see our steps with precision before eternity seals every journey. If this vision of full truth opening before every soul speaks to your inner walk, uplift your voice and like this message, expressing how this future revelation urges you to live with deeper sincerity and inner clarity even in your present days. The future moment when every soul enters direct presence of the eternal rises in our minds like an immense steady tide. No guide steps in front, no figure speaks for us, no inner cover stands between the soul and the one who formed it. This encounter unfolds with purity deeper than time, for the Creator sees origin, motive, memory, intent, and every silent impulse within. Nothing bends this moment, nothing limits it. It is meeting in its purest form, soul before sovereign. A line from Psalm 95:6 brings this future scene into solemn focus. O come, let us bow in reverent unity. Let us kneel before the one who formed us. In this verse, the call is simple yet immense. It invites every life to sense the weight of origin, to step into stillness before the one who formed every breath. In the final encounter, this invitation rises into complete fulfillment, for every soul stands in direct sight of its maker. In this meeting, no inner story stays muted. Every thread of our journey rises into full view. Our endurance, our inner wounds, our silent struggles, our sincere steps, and even our subtle turns move into open sight. The Creator does not rely on reports or outer images. The Eternal perceives the entire soul with flawless depth. This is not cold exposure, but perfect insight. It is the moment we see ourselves in the pure sight of the one who knows origin and end. Every voice built on pride, every outer layer, every self-made identity dissolves. Only truth endures, the inner core of the soul, its loyalties, its direction, its loves, its resistance, its surrender. Many seek to form an outer image during life, to craft a version of self that seems steady, strong, or pure. Yet before the Creator, only inner reality stands. No outer cover endures direct presence. The Eternal sees not merely deeds, but the root from which those deeds grew. This encounter is not sudden cruelty, but perfect order. The one who formed life invites each soul into direct sight, not to crush, but to reveal. This moment unmasks illusions we built to comfort ourselves. It exposes impulses we once ignored. It lifts our inner world into full clarity. In this presence, every pursuit looks different, every priority gains new weight, every motive reveals its true color. This meeting defines the entire journey of every soul. The encounter with the Creator moves beyond fear. It speaks of origin. It reminds us we were not formed for empty motion or fleeting pursuits. We were formed by eternal will, for eternal purpose. This future meeting calls us even now to live clearly, sincerely, and with inner alignment. It presses us to step into truth before truth steps into full cosmic form. It invites us to let our steps, words, and motives rise from a sincere spirit before the one who formed us. If this vision of standing before the Creator stirs your spirit, lifts your focus, or opens insight into your inner path, lift your response and subscribe to the channel so this word continues to reach souls seeking depth, origin, and eternal direction. Every step we take, every motive we form, every inner turn we permit grows into silent roots inside our journey. We often move in routine, believing minor motions slip into obscurity, yet nothing within a soul drifts into true loss. In eternity's final order, every impulse rises into full sight. Deeds once muted by time return with stunning precision, no longer small, no longer distant, but vivid in pure light. A solemn line from Proverbs 20:11 brings this into firm memory. Even a young soul is known by its deeds, by pure steps, or by steps bent in error. This insight, spoken long before our era, grows even more intense in eternity's full sight. It reminds us no deed rests in isolation. Inner roots guide outer motion, linking every step to deep motive. In the final order, this link stands fully open. Minor words we once uttered in tension, small impulses we once fed in secrecy, subtle turns we once excused for convenience, all rise into view. Not to crush us, but to bring our inner story into full unity. Nothing inside a soul is irrelevant once eternity opens its record. Every deed reveals direction, every motive uncovers loyalty, every impulse exposes inner truth. In pure light, our story speaks for itself. This inner exposure brings needed order. It strips empty pretense, removes flimsy self-comfort, and lifts our inner core into clarity. Many live assuming minor motions yield no eternal result, yet this future moment refuses such illusions. Pure justice sees roots, not mere surfaces. It sees intent, not image. It sees sincerity, not distortion. It sees our inner origin more deeply than we ever did. These insights urge us to step into our days with new intensity. Sincere kindness grows into pillars of strength. Quiet mercy becomes enduring evidence of inner purity. Soft words offered in truth become signals of inner unity. In the same way, resentment, pride, and simmering bitterness rise into full exposure, showing not outer image, but inner loyalty. In eternity's court, every step speaks. This does not exist to burden us, but to free us from inner distortion. We still live in a realm where intent can shift, where roots can be renewed, where motives can be purified, where steps can regain unity with eternal will. Before final sight seals our story, we receive room to form deeds that reflect sincere inner fire. We receive time to let our steps grow steady and full of integrity. If this insight into the weight of deeds moves your spirit or guides your inner steps, lift your response below and comment in your own words how this future moment urges you to live with deeper purity, sincerity, and direction, even in your present journey. Every soul moves toward one fixed end, a point in eternity in which inner origin, motive, and surrender rise into full view. No step in life exists in isolation. Each one forms inner roots which guide direction long before the final order opens. In the end, the soul enters a realm in which no disguise endures, no inner split survives, no mixed loyalty persists. Destiny grows from inner truth, not outer image, for eternity seals only in full sincerity. A solemn line in Luke 16:19 offers insight into this divide. Once a rich soul lived in comfort, yet exiled itself from mercy. This scene does not reduce eternity to wealth or poverty. It reveals inner loyalties rising into full sight. In the end, inner contents lead the soul, not status, influence, or comfort. The final order reveals origin, motive, and direction with purity no mortal mind could form on its own. Eternal destiny unfolds not only from outer deeds but from inner bend. Some souls direct inner fire toward the eternal, seeking unity with pure will. Others sink into endless self-focus, relying on outer comfort, inner pride, or shifting impulses. In the final order, such inner roots guide the soul to its end. No force pulls it blindly. Inner truth directs it with precision. Eternity locks in pure alignment between soul and inner loyalty. This end is irreversible. Once the soul steps into its final order, no request for return, no plea for revision, no longing for undone steps receives room. Eternity offers no cycle, no reset, no second turn. It does not twist in confusion or error. It settles perfectly into pure justice. Every choice formed in life gains its full weight once time ends. The soul enters its end not by surprise, but by inner truth fully revealed. For some, destiny becomes union with eternal presence, light, purity, rest, fullness, order. For others it becomes distance, inner cold, silence, and deep division, not due to cruelty, but due to inner roots formed over time. Sincere surrender yields unity. Inner resistance yields distance. The eternal does not force union nor impose separation. The soul simply enters the end, produced by its own inner direction. This vision urges us to live with inner precision. Life is not merely motion or routine. It forms inner content which endures beyond time. Every step sown in mercy endures. Every impulse rooted in purity rises. Every sincere turn toward the eternal grows into stable inner truth. And every resistant impulse, every inward split, every pursuit guided by pride leads the soul into distance once time ends. Eternity confirms inner truth. It does not create it. Destiny is fixed only once life in time closes. Until this end, the soul still receives room to renew inner roots, to direct its steps toward pure origin, to let truth rise within. Time still offers mercy, insight, and inner order for every soul willing to step into sincerity. We do not move blindly. We move invited, urged, and guided. Inner roots still shift. Inner motives still purify. Inner loyalty still grows. Eternity will seal only once time yields its final breath. In the end, a clear line rises between souls who pursued pure origin and souls who resisted inner truth. This line is not drawn in impulse nor built on mere outer signs. It emerges from roots formed across life. Inner motive, inner loyalty, inner focus guide each soul into its ultimate end. Existence no longer moves in mixed intent. Purity settles every outcome. Eternity opens, and each soul steps into full result of its own inner direction. A solemn insight rises in Matthew 13:49. So it will be in the end. Pure beings will be set aside from corrupt ones. This line offers more than outer division. It reveals inner core rising into full sight. In time, some souls seek unity with pure will, while others sink into inner cold or self-centered pursuit. In the final order, this inner truth no longer remains hidden. Each soul's core stands open. This final divide does not rely on outer symbols or empty form. It emerges from inner fiber built over countless steps, souls rooted in sincerity, inclined toward eternal presence, sensing inner rest in purity. Souls set in inner resistance find no unity in this realm of pure insight. Inner division guides them into distance. No outer title, no influence, no routine effort can bend this. Inner truth prevails fully. In this moment, illusions dissolve. Every soul sees inner origin with precision never known in time. No veneer endures, no minor excuse survives, no divided motive persists. Inner fire lifts some into pure rest. Inner emptiness pulls others into estrangement. Eternal justice does not impose an end, it simply reveals inner design. The end mirrors the soul, not external form. This future moment urges us to consider our inner core even now. We often focus on outer steps, outer duties, outer impressions, forgetting inner motive guides every outcome. Purity grows not in sudden burst, but in steady pursuit. Inner unity forms one sincere line. Inner resistance forms many broken turns. The final divide grows from these roots, long before eternity opens fully. Yet time still offers room for inner return. No soul is bound to its present condition. Inner fiber can renew, motive can brighten, loyalty can rise into unity with eternal origin. The final divide is firm only once time ends. Until then, mercy offers room, insight offers direction, and purity offers steady comfort. We are not locked in early errors. We are invited into inner fullness. If this vision of the final divide stirs your inner steps or lifts your insight, lift your voice below and comment in your own words how this future moment urges you to seek deeper inner unity, sincerity, and direction in your present journey. Every soul still moves in time, still forms inner roots, still directs motive toward purity or inward drift. This present moment is not empty. It is firm ground on which inner fiber grows. We live in a realm where intent can rise or sink, where sincerity can bloom or dry, where inner focus can align with eternal origin or turn into self-centered pursuit. Reflection opens insight, insight opens direction, direction opens inner life. In this sense, reflection is a gift offered before destiny settles. A line spoken by Jesus in John 14:6 stands with deep, steady force. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except by me. In this single flow of words, inner direction receives full clarity. The eternal does not leave souls in endless confusion or inner fog. A clear route rises before every mind, rooted not in outer effort, but in sincere return to pure origin. This verse removes illusion, exposing the soul root into fullness. In this present interval, every soul still holds room to inspect inner roots, to sense inner drift, to align motive with pure origin. We often move in routine, losing sight of deeper impulses guiding our steps. Yet inner fiber still shifts, intent still uproots or grows, direction still bends toward light or inward cold. Time offers this rare interval, in which inner content can renew before eternity seals every story. This is the purpose of reflection, to sense inner truth before pure truth opens. Reflection does not bind us to regret, it frees us from inner illusion. It exposes impulses we ignore, lifts motives we soften, reveals loyalties we seldom inspect. In this exposure, we see not only our limits, but our immense need for origin itself. Reflection invites us to step out of surface living, to sense the depth of our own soul, to grip the root offered by eternal mercy. Without reflection, inner drift grows unnoticed, With reflection, inner steps return to unity. This inner return lifts life into clarity. It restores focus, steady intent, pure pursuit. It lifts us from endless noise into firm purpose, from inner drift into unity, from empty routine into sincere direction. It reminds us we live not in endless cycles, but in a single journey moving toward a fixed end. Reflection becomes the inner fire guiding motive, lifting endurance and forming sincerity strong enough to endure pure light. We stand in a moment still filled with mercy. No soul is required to remain in inner division. No inner wound is beyond renewal. No inner cold must endure unbroken. Reflection opens the door. Eternal origin offers the route. Sincerity shapes the steps. In time, motive still evolves. Inner fire still grows. Loyalty still settles. This is the interval in which we can align inner content before the final order opens. If this call to reflection touches your inner steps or lifts your insight, lift your response below and comment in your own words how this moment urges you to live with deeper purity, direction, and sincerity while time still offers room for inner renewal. Every soul moves toward one fixed end, one core meeting no life can outrun. In this final rise of pure order, motive, origin, and inner fire settle into full sight. No cover, no pose, no inner split endures once pure insight fills all. Eternity opens its immense core, urging every soul to sense its own inner bend before the end locks in full form. This is not distant law. It is a steady truth pressing on every step we take. A solemn line rises in 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord is sure to keep pure souls in full rescue, yet firm in his rule over evil. This single verse lifts our insight beyond routine motion, guiding us to see our steps in light of a final end. It reminds us life is not empty drift. It is a field in which inner roots grow, settle, and form the core of our eternal end. Inner intent builds direction long before the end opens. In this present interval, we still move in time, still sense inner shifts, still receive room to renew motive. We often drift, losing sight of inner roots guiding our decisions. Yet time is not endless. Time is not silent. It presses on in one single line, moving every soul toward a point no mind can evade. This is why decision is urgent. Inner content still evolves, yet the end moves in steady silence. Decision is not mere outer step. It is inner surrender. It's a deep turn in which the soul lifts its motive into unity with eternal origin. Some seek endless control, trusting in outer form or inner pride. Others sense the pull of pure light and return from inner division. Decision in this realm is not one soft impulse. It is full inner direction. It is the soul turning its core toward pure rest. This urgency rises from the limits of time. No soul owns endless motion. No mind rules its own end. Life moves in one swift line, never returning to offer new cycles or fresh limits. Inner roots firm up, inner fiber settles, inner loyalty reveals its true origin. Once time gives its final breath, the end fixes every inner bend. This is why each present step rises in immense importance, yet mercy still opens its door. We still know insight, still sense inner drift, still feel the pull of pure origin calling us. Renewal is not out of reach. Purity is not distant. Inner fire can lift again, motive can brighten, direction can rise in unity with the eternal. The end is firm, yet time still offers room for inner return. This interval is gift, not burden. If this vision of urgent decision moves your soul, lifts your focus, or deepens your inner steps, lift your voice now and subscribe to our source, joining this journey so inner truth, pure origin, and eternal direction continue to rise in your life, while time still offers room for full renewal.